one is center of curvature and it is represented by letter C. मीन्स जो स्फेयर है उसका जो सेंटर पॉइंट है जिसमें से ये मिरर कट हुआ है. Hey friends, welcome back. Yesterday we talked about the types of mirrors, then formation of image by a plane mirror, then we discussed something about the concave and convex mirror. So today we will be starting the formation of images by the spherical mirrors. So before starting that, first see that what is convergence and divergence and what is the use of converging beam and a diverging beam. So converging beam is like this, okay, means like other light rays are coming and then they are converging at a point, let's say P. Now where this type of beam is used, this is known as converging beam. So this converging beam is used where we want to focus on something, we want to focus light on something. So it is used like by doctors to see eyes, teeth or ears, and then it is used by the dentist. So basically it means that where we want to focus light on something, there we use converging beam. So this is the diverging beam. Diverging beam means that from a point rays are getting separated, they are not converging at any point. So converging beam is for focusing light, and this diverging beam, it is used where we want to means we have to spread light in a wide area like street lights where we have to spread the light from a point only. So there it is used for spreading light. Now plane mirror can't do all these type of tasks, like because plane mirror will always give you a parallel beam, but there are many cases where we want to focus light or we want to spread it at different places. For this purpose spherical mirrors or parabolic mirrors are used. Now what are these parabolic mirrors? See, like spherical mirrors are cut out, means the part is cut out from a sphere. See, spherical mirrors part is cut out from a sphere, okay. But in the case of parabolic mirrors, what happens is that they are cut out from an oval shape, okay. So like this or this one, means there if we see them in from the front, their shape will be somewhat like this. But in if we see the shape of a spherical mirror from the front, its shape will be circular, okay. So now let's move on to the terms related to the spherical mirrors. So now terms related to the spherical mirrors. So as you can see, this one is a concave mirror because the polished surface is on the bulged side, bulged outwards. And then this one is a convex mirror because the polished surface is towards the center of the sphere, that means on the bulged inside, okay. So let's start with the terms. First one is center of curvature and it is represented by letter C. So what is center of curvature? First let's see that what is center of curvature in a concave mirror. So this C, center of curvature, means I have told you that the spherical mirror is cut out from a sphere and it's obvious that that sphere has a center point. So this C represents that only, center of curvature. मीन्स जो स्फेयर है उसका जो सेंटर पॉइंट है जिसमें से ये मिरर कट हुआ है वो C है. देन रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर. नाउ रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर, नाउ दिस लेंथ मीन्स द C to P, this length is known as radius of curvature. मीन्स जो लेंथ मिरर और सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर के बीच में, उससे हम बोलेंगे रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर. Then next one is pole. Then next one is pole, and it is represented by P. So this is pole. Pole means the reflecting surface. The center of that reflecting surface means if the reflecting surface is this much, then on the center of that reflecting surface is known as the pole. Next one is focus, and it is represented by F. Okay. Now what is focus? Means a parallel beam is coming, then it is reflecting, and at the point those reflected rays converge is the focus. Then next one is focal length. So now what is focal length? Focal length is the distance between pole and focus. Distance between P and F is the focal length, and radius of curvature was the distance between C and P, means center of curvature and pole. Now next one is principal axis. So principal axis is an imaginary line that is passing straight to the pole. जो प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस है वो एक इमेजिनरी लाइन है जो सीधा पोल से स्फेरिकल मिरर के पास होती है. Then aperture. Aperture means, see, this is the reflecting surface. So how much is that reflecting surface of the mirror? That is known as the aperture. Now let's see in the context with the convex mirror. So center of curvature C. In a convex mirror, the center of curvature lies on the right side. Okay, on the right side. So this is the center of curvature over here. Then radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is the distance between center of curvature and the pole, and then the pole over here, pole. Then the focus. So in this focus वो point नहीं है जहाँ पे जो भी reflected rays हैं वो converge होंगी. यहाँ पे convex mirror में focus से ये हमारी reflected rays diverge होती है. Means पहले parallel rays आएंगी and then they will diverge. Okay, as you can see in this one, these are going inwards. In this one it will go outwards. Okay, so from the focus first they will diverge. You can see these are the dotted lines. These are to show that yes, these are diverged from the focus. Then the focal length. In this also focal length is same, F, distance between F and P. Then here we have got principal axis. In this also principal axis is a imaginary line that passes straight through the pole. And then the aperture. Aperture means the area of the reflecting surface. So now relation between the focal length and the radius of curvature. Focal length is represented by letter small f. Okay. Now what is the relation between radius of curvature and focal length is that focal length is half of radius of curvature. Means focal length is equals to radius of curvature divided by 2. F is equals to r by 2. Okay, so if somewhere it is given the radius of curvature and you have to find the focal length, then you can just put this formula like r by 2 and then you will get the focal length. Or if anywhere f is given, means focal length is given, you have to find the radius of curvature, then you can multiply 2 with the focal length and you will get the radius of curvature. If radius of curvature is given 12 centimeter, okay, r is given 12 centimeter, you have to find the focal length. Then f is equals to r by 2, यानी कि 12 by 2, so 6 centimeter, or you can say 6 units, whatever unit it is given, centimeter, meter, anything. Okay, and yes, this C, center of curvature, is the normal of the spherical mirror. Like this, see over here, this is a parallel ray coming, then the reflected ray is going like in this direction by passing through focal length. And here over here you can see that this dotted line is drawn between angle ABF, a dotted line is drawn to show that CB is the normal of this angle, and angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Now we will do the sign conventions. Sign conventions, what basically we do is, what is the need of them is that we come to know that what type of sign we have to put while solving the questions of the spherical mirrors. See over here, you can correlate this diagram with a graph. What we do in graph is that, see, this is y, this is y dash, this is x, this is x dash, okay, and this one is origin. So all the values which are in the first quadrant, means this one, they are all in plus, right? Means all the coordinates, it will be like plus comma plus. Then in the second quadrant, how it is, the y, all the values are plus, and on x dash all the values are in minus, so minus comma plus. Then in this one, y dash is also minus and x dash is also minus, so we get minus comma minus. And in the fourth quadrant, this one is plus, means x one is plus and the y dash is minus, so we get plus comma minus. So this is like this only. Over here, see, this is a concave mirror. In convex mirror also it will be like this only. See, this is the principal axis, this line is drawn the principal axis. Now, direction of incident rays. The incident ray will go in this direction, okay? Then height up, means this is the direction of incident ray. According to that, we have to figure out that the side of the image will be negative or positive, or side of the object will be negative or positive. Now height upward is in positive and height downward is in negative. See over here, on the y all are positive, it is upwards, all are positive, and on the y dash all are negative. Similarly over here, all the heights that are given above principal axis are in positive, we take them as positive, and all the heights that are given below the principal axis, we take them as negative. Then distance opposite to incident lights. Incident lights are going in this direction, and if something is on this side and if something is on the left side, then what we do is that we put the value in the minus, and then if something is on the right side, then we do them in the negative, positive. So this much is clear. So all the height of the object, okay, all the height of the object are taken in positive. Height of the image, it depends that which type of image is formed. It is formed above principal axis or below principal axis. Then object we take as negative just because it is presented on the left side of the mirror, and then the that distance of the image, that also depends that on which side it is forming, it is a real image or virtual image. And real images are all on the context with the mirror, real images are always in the minus, okay, and the virtual images are always plus. If something is virtual and erect, then both will be plus. If the image is formed like this, means if the image is on the left side, then it will be minus, and if the height is given above principal axis, then it will be positive. If the height is given below principal axis, then it will be negative. Okay, so for today this much was only there. If you understood and you like the way, so like the video and share it with your friends so that they can also understand the concepts, and comment down below in the comment box and subscribe. Thank you.